her late 30s, early 40s, so I'm just saying you got to have some type of activity, some type of physical activity, exercising. It really helps. And walking is one of the things, So many people have treadmills, So those are the two things that she says you should do. Tell them when they're eating. If their pants feel tighter than they did when they first started, they should stop. The stomach is telling them something. And pay attention. And the second thing is let them exercise. Also, lower the sugar amount, Instead of eating 3 pieces of candy, just let them slow it down till they just eat 1 piece of candy, Because if you see them, they go to the store, for instance, they'll have a Hershey bar, a Kit Kat, and something else that's chocolatey or sweet, And then they'll, on top of that, they'll have a hun bun, and then they'll have a bag of potato chips, and they'll have a pop. I know how they eat. That's what they do, So then when it's time for dinner, you say, are you hungry? No, of course not, because you didn't eat all of that. You didn't sugared yourself to pieces almost. You just too much sugar. So you got to, instead of the hun bun, have a piece of fruit, a banana or an apple, and instead of 3 pieces of candy, have 1 piece of candy. You know what I'm saying? You just got to cut back on that stuff. And then, too, when they go, I'm not talking against fast foods, but when they go to McDonald's, they have those hamburgers. I hate hamburgers. I can't eat them. A veggie burger, I go to Burger King and get a veggie burger. I tried to eat a hamburger and I almost died. I just cannot eat a hamburger, I never really could, even as a child. I'd always leave half of it. So some things, just ain't for some people. And that's just the way that is. Anyway, cheese and fruit wraps are good, in place of hamburgers and fries. So if you're going to go to McDonald's, I would suggest you get one of those chicken wraps instead of those Whoppers at Burger King, or, those triple sandwich with all that meat in it, because it's just not good for you. Anyway, so modeling a better life, making your life better, that helps a lot. And like I say, you can hear us at Blog Talk Radio. And she's talking about weight loss in this book and some of her recipes. Like, for instance, I said, Thanksgiving is coming up and some people do not know how to cook a turkey. And you say, what? I say, you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to cook a turkey. So I know some things that they say. Some people say, okay, here's an idea. Why don't we cook it in a paper bag? And they say, no. Then other people say, no, don't use a paper bag. That's too germy. You shouldn't use a paper bag. And then some people say, okay, we're going to put it in aluminum foil. And then there are people that say don't put it in aluminum foil. But, I think it's up to that person as to how they want it. If you want to put aluminum foil over it, I don't see anything wrong with it. The patience it just takes patience, really. It does. And you have to make sure that the turkey is thawed out all the way. You know how some people cook a turkey and they cook it with the insides in it because they ain't let it thaw out. I mean, little stuff like that. You'd be surprised people don't know how to cook turkeys. And these people with these turkey fryers, I mean, they ought to quit. Oh, I'm going to fry my turkey. Okay, right. And the house with it, So you'd be surprised how many people do not know how to cook a turkey. Something simple like that. Like with the dressing, some people don't like onions, so you can't different members of your family, there are things they can't eat. So if they can't eat the onions, you cook some of the dressing without the onions. You cook some of the dressing if they can't have garlic, or if they can't have this or they can't have that. So you try to find a happy medium where you can give them something that's good for Thanksgiving or Christmas, whatever. Like I like the fruitcakes for Christmas. They can be fattening, but there's a way to go around that too, you know. So I'm just saying some people have different needs and different desires for cooking stuff. And in weight loss, you just have to observe that, you know. And if you're a binge eater,